There was also a belief that reassuring Iran of our intention to apply the law against the PMOI would help foster the atmosphere of confidence that would be needed for a successful negotiation. End of quote. This is bowing to the mullah's dictatorship, not enforcing the law. This is making a mockery of the rule of law. In response to the Iranian regime's demand to deal with the PMOI in the course of the war in Iraq, the Foreign Office official said, and I quote, UK officials reassured their Iranian counterparts that we would take the problem of the PMOI in Iraq seriously. End of quote. And they took it very seriously, indeed, by bombing PMOI camps in Iraq repeatedly, on some nights 90 to 120 times. The UK government was aware of the PMOI neutrality in the war. Coordinates of all PMOI camps had been given to government ministers by a number of the appellants. The relevant documents were revealed during the hearing, yet to curry favor with the mullahs, they bombed the PMOI. As noted by one of the judges, bombing those stating their neutrality beforehand amounts to a war crime. During the hearing, it was also revealed that most of closed materials essentially benefited the PMOI's case and undermined the terror label. Slanders and false testimony by agents of the Iranian regime, Ministry of Intelligence, make up a substantial part of the closed material. This is the duty of the resistance to inform the Iranian people with the detail of this issue and reveal the names of the mullah's intelligence agents. Strangely enough, even after the hearing ended, efforts to exert pressure on the panel continued. In an unusual move, government lawyers warned POAC that in case of a ruling in favor of the PMOI, and I quote, there is the possibility of a strong reaction from the Iranian regime. It's also possible that it may lead to increasing restrictions on diplomatic premises and suspending cooperation with the UK. End of quote. I believe the UK government owes an apology to the Iranian people and the PMI. I learned that the Secretary of State has appealed. The Iranian resistance is prepared to once again prove its righteousness. However, we ask the British government to immediately accept and implement the court ruling and remove all the restrictions on the PMOI which has been resulted from the proscription. I believe after today's ruling, the European Union must annul the unlawful terror label on the PMOI. The decision by the British Home Secretary formed the basis for the designation of the PMOI by the EU, which was annulled by the Court of First Instance of the European communities. The UK government was the driving force behind the Council of the European Union's refusal to implement the verdict. Dear friends, the proscription of the PMOI was part of the failed policy of appeasement. Ending this policy is necessary for global peace and security. Western governments should remember the experience of appeasing the Hitler's fascism. Under the pretext of opposing the war, the Iranian regime's lobby is trying hard to prevent the adoption of a firm policy vis-à-vis the mullahs. Hiding behind the slogan of peace to advocate appeasing the mullahs gives them greater opportunity to suppress and execute Iranian and to create crises beyond Iran. By way of experience, the policy which sought moderates, promoted constructive or critical dialogue, and offered incentives to the religious dictatorship ruling Iran will only provide it with more opportunity and reason to be more aggressive. Decisiveness is the only way to deal with a regime which is pursuing the nuclear bomb, seeking hegemony over and filling the power vacuum in Iraq, Afghanistan, Lebanon, Palestine, Yemen, and Somalia by relying on fundamentalism and the export of terrorism. The fundamental solution to Iran's crisis is neither foreign military intervention nor appeasement. The solution is democratic change by the Iranian people and resistance. For this solution to work, all obstacles placed on the path of the resistance must be removed. European governments must recognize the Iranian resistance and the undeniable rights of the Iranian people to overthrow the mullahs regime and to bring about democratic change in Iran. Thank you very much.